out there saying that robots and the bots are going to take over the world, and we're in very bad shape. I'm not buying that. And you know why? Because history has told me we knew, and I know Amazon and those guys are coming to my house all the time. Like they never pass by.
Mm-hmm.
But, and they're like, no one is going to go to the store anymore because everything is being delivered. What happens when I go to stores on Saturday or the traffic going into Short Pump is murderous. The parking lot is full. I
I
thought
know. I have
that
to park at
delivery,
Neiman Marcus because there's no store there anymore. That's where the spots are. You have to park at Neiman,
yes.
what used to be Neiman Marcus. Yeah.
So you have to park at another county because there's so many people in a store.
You're
But
not
we were
parking close
told,
to Crate and Barrel. There's no spots near Crate and Barrel. Forget it.
and that's what I'm saying. So the word on the street, the idea was that delivery was going to do in-person shopping. That's not the fact. It is a fact that the AI is going to help smart business owners, and it's going to get people in trouble who are lazy, and that's what they're trying
That's
to,
a good way to
or
do
they're
it.
going to try and do a shortcut.
Right.
Like you
right.
said, you were able to download that information because you knew to check it when it gave you ideas.
Right.
The person on the other end who wants to replace the HR person, they take that as gospel and they
Right.
run with it, and they
Right.
don't know what they missed.
Well, it's almost like you need professional experience and good discernment. For me, even prompt chat GPT or whatever platform you use to get it to tell you exactly what you're looking for. I've learned over and over again through my own AI training, just like anything, garbage in is garbage out. So you have to have a level of professional understanding in your scope of skill and responsibility to even understand how to prompt it to give you good information. And even then, you got to put a discerning eye over the top of it.
How many business owners, ma'am, do you think have that understanding outside of what they do? That so
In the
not
realm of
only
HR.
or no, we're not. They don't know that. Let's go. Let's go to the artificial intelligence being able to ask Chat GPT.
You know what? It would be so hard to guess because for all the business owners that I meet and have the pleasure of interacting with, I know you're going to say not many. Um, I'd want to just say 50-50. And I've had the pleasure of there's a 50% continuum somewhere where they're playing the infinite game. They're always trying to learn and improve and grow. That they really want to get better at being a leader and an entrepreneur and a business owner. But there's still a whole cohort of practitioners turned business owner that they want to own the business, but they want to be good at their craft and they don't want to worry about all the other stuff, right? Like I hand my books to a bookkeeper, but I don't understand my numbers. And I reluctantly hire employees, but I really don't want to lead them. So I'm just going to put them on set it and forget it and not worry about our culture. These are, again, sort of that dividing line between continuous improvement versus just living with the status quo or trying to find a shortcut to a finish line.
If you're thinking that it's 50%, do you think the 50% are older people established, or do you think it's younger ones who understand that they need to harness the power of technology?
Oh, I would like to say it's a mix, but again, we're within the business community, large and small, because you and I have talked about this. There are still leaders, for better or worse. Sometimes we refer to them as the old guard. That doesn't necessarily mean they're old in age, but they're more traditional in that this is how I was at 20 and how I was treated at 20. So this is the way I'm going to treat 20-year-olds now when I'm in my 50s. But you're not comparing apples to apples. We're not living in the same economic time with the same social dynamics or the same technology available to us. So I just worry about people saying, I did it this way, so why can't these kids do it my way? And it's just not a fair conversation.
One of Mike King, Mindy Flanigan. We have to take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. This is On the Mic with Mike. Mike King back again, Mindy Flanigan, Inspiring HR. So the idea that stores are going to be empty now because of the online shopping, which I had to stop because the Amazon man showed up and
Hysterical.
right on cue. I'm not sure how that works. Okay, so Mindy, you were saying that the idea of, you think that some of the stores closed up too soon because they thought that we were going to online delivery, everything coming directly to you. I think they missed the part about human interaction.
Yeah, yeah. I almost worry, we haven't continued to bounce back in full from COVID, and we're gonna take the Amazon sign as a sign that people don't wanna go back to the malls. But again, to your point, I go to Short Pump over the weekend. I'm like, well, somebody wants to be here. So I still think retail and these mall environments, and maybe it has to do with certain parts of town are still trying to figure it out. Like my favorite store at Short Pump was Soft Surroundings, but they went fully online. They're all closed up. It made me sad.
And that must be an expensive store. I mean,
Oh, I
that
only buy
that's
no, these are the stores where I go right to the back corner. What's in the back corner? Clearance.
those might be the hoity-toity stores. My favorite store in the world up there is Five and Below. That is
Ugh,
what the store
yeah.
my granddaughter.
Well, you
It
got
is it
grandkids. That's where you can get the cheapy little toys. That's a good
Yeah,
store.
even they're growing out of it, but I still like it.
Mm.
So we're here talking Mindy Flanigan, HR, the things that business owners need to know, want to know about how HR can help their business. As you say, a lot of times a business owner wants they want a shortcut. They want to put in the idea that HR is going to be the hammer and deliver the bad news. It's almost like the good cop, bad cop, and they put HR in a spot so that people come away with the idea, like me, of man, we don't want to talk to HR because what good can come out of that?
Well, first of all, that's a miss on HR's part. But more importantly, and I think you and I have talked about this before, HR is not there to do the leader's job for them. HR is there to make the leader confident in their abilities. And if they need help, HR is there to coach them, support them, and back them up. For instance, when we all decide it's best to part ways with an employee, you can have HR there as the silent third party witness to the involuntary termination, the dreaded conversation that follows. But make sure there's always kindness and interaction baked in with that person that you are, as you said, letting go. And make sure as a company, HR is prepared to hand them what comes next. Here's what's going to happen when you empty out your desk. Here's what's going to happen with your benefits in the next 30 days. Here's the material that you should receive via email. Here's how you reach me if you have any questions or concerns. Here's the balance of your earned but unused PTO that's going to be in your final check. Anything like that. So it's really, again, HR tag teaming with the leader to make sure it's a great experience for employees, even when they're on their way out, but never just to do the leader's job for them.
So that is HR with a compassion, because as the HR professional, as the leader, you're getting ready to deliver some news to a person. You're saying to me you should know that the end is near, or the
You
end
should.
is today,
Yes.
if it was done right.
If all parties are reasonable people and paying attention, yes, you should get several documented chances before we decide we have to part ways, unless there was a financial blow to a client or a major loss